Hi Aquarius, welcome to May. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I get started on your reading, I want to go over the astrology for this month. So we've got Pluto going retrograde on May 1st until October 11th. On May 5th, we have a full moon eclipse, a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. On May 7th, we have Venus moving into Cancer. On May 16th, Mercury will move direct after having been retrograde for 3 weeks. Then we have Jupiter moving into Taurus. May 19th, there's going to be a new moon in Taurus. On May 20th, Mars moves into Leo in your 7th house of partnerships. And then on the 21st, we have the Sun going into Gemini. And I will get back to that. We'll deal with the astrology later. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, what does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of May? What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of May? What is coming up for Aquarius for May 2023 in terms of love and relationships? The King of Wands, the Lovers, the Six of Cups, the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Justice card as the outcome. And the card at the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the King of Wands. This could be your energy because it's the first card. Maybe you've decided to take a more leadership role in your relationship status. Because the King of Wands is someone who's very outspoken, confident, a good leader, and he may be, some people might feel he's a little too forceful, or he can be a bully at times, but really the King of Wands really wants to help. He has a big heart, he's very generous, but he's not a pushover. He goes after what he wants. All the Wands cards, all the Wand energy, they have a lot of courage. They have the most courage of the zodiac. And this king is looking to the past. So I feel like maybe you're thinking about a past relationship, or you're reviewing your past and deciding, like, you know what, I don't want to relive the past, but I want to make my future better. Because I see the Six of Cups here in the past, and that's about healing from the past and working towards making the future better based on what you've learned from past situations. Now you have the Lovers here crossing you. The Lovers always represent a strong connection, a soulmate connection. That's what you're looking for. You could even be in one. But it also represents a choice. So for some of you, you may have to choose between two people, or you may have to choose, do I stay in this current situation or do I leave? Now, like I said in the past, the Six of Cups can mean connecting with someone from your past. Maybe you're thinking about a past love and you're thinking, oh, I maybe want to look them up again. Or you had someone that you had some kind of connection with and you may want to revisit that relationship. Some of you It could even be you could be connecting with someone that you had a past life with, because the Six of Cups can also represent, even if sometimes you just meet someone and you feel like you've known them for thousands of years, and it's because you have some kind of history, some past life connection. So you might be thinking that way, like, if you're not in a relationship, you might be thinking of reconnecting with someone from the past, and you're trying to make a decision about it, because you may realize that, this person was really important. This person, I really felt a connection with this person. And I think my life would be better if I had this person in my life. You have the Empress in the recent past. So I think you're wanting, more a partner that's more nurturing. You're wanting maybe to have a sense of family with this connection. Because Aquarius energy, Aquarius can be very independent. Like, I don't need anybody, and you don't feel comfortable bonding at the soul level. You feel like it's too intrusive. You'd rather just be friends, keep things light and airy. But you may be your feelings might be changing. Maybe you feel like, family is important. Having a home base is important. Maybe you spend a lot of time dating different people or just being free, valuing your freedom. And now you're thinking, I'd like to connect with someone at a deeper level. I'd like to know that someone is there for me, to, that we can nurture each other, that we can create a home together. Seven of Cups is here. So I feel like you have a lot of choices. You're not lacking options. So, some people get in a relationship because there's no one else, and they stay there because there's no one else. But that's not you. I feel like you have more than one option to choose from. But right now you've been stuck, or in the recent past, you've been stuck in the choices. And you haven't actually taken action to move toward any of these choices. With the Seven of Cups, you're like, well, these are my options. And you're dreaming about how each one of them can be. But, but you haven't, it's like almost like you're really not sure what you want. So you've been kind of like just thinking about it, but not ready to act. Now, coming up in the future, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, when I see Queens and Kings, those are people that you know. Pages and Knights could be younger energy, or even just a relationship at the beginning stages. So I feel if you're thinking of someone from the past, it's someone you already know. Now, and this Queen, it could be an Earth sign, someone at Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And even if not, the Queen, someone that you felt would make a good mother. Even the Empress is someone very creative, someone very nurturing, kind, someone that represents abundance to you. The Queen of Pentacles is also looking at the past. So I feel like for some of you, you may be thinking about reconnecting with someone from the past, reaching out. And because the Six of Cups here, it usually says it brings someone back from the past. But it also brings back lessons so that you can make the future better. And it also means moving into a greater harmony in the future. So it's like you're healed, you're healing from a past situation. And you're learning lessons. And your goal is to make things better, to make the future. So even if you're reconnecting with someone that you were once involved with, you don't want to just get back together. You want to make it better the second time around. So you have the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands coming up in the future is someone who's on the defensive. So that could be either you or the other person. Like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Or there's like a battle. You could be battle weary. Maybe you've been trying to connect with someone and you just can't get anywhere with them. Or there might be some hurdle you have to overcome. The Nine of Wands is saying, don't give up. If you really want to connect with someone from the past, don't give up. Just try again. The Nine of Wands can sometimes bring something that you thought was over. Like it's done. I'm never going to see this person again. Or we're never going to reconnect. And then it says something you thought was done comes back again to be revisited. And you have to resolve the issue. There might be some challenge where you're either defending yourself or you have to fight if there's competition. Maybe that's the final battle. Because I see also this King of Cups here. So maybe there's some competition. You have the Knight of Swords here. This could be your energy because it's air. And this is a card of someone just jumping into something. And it's in your negative thinking sector. So you might be thinking, I don't know if I want to jump in. I want to be cautious. Maybe in the past you just jumped into things without thinking and you got yourself in trouble. This time, because this is kind of like a reckless energy, you don't want to be reckless. You want to do it right this time. You don't want to be argumentative. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can have this argumentative attitude, like they're fighting with everybody. It's like, I'm the warrior, and my way, it's my way, and there ain't no highway. You know, they have this attitude of, it's a little bit selfish. So you might have been a little bit selfish in a past relationship. If it's not you, it could be the other person. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can represent a quick departure. So either you or the other person, you kind of split up quickly or you jumped ship. You know, it's like, no, this isn't working. I'm out of here. It's that kind of energy. And maybe you're afraid of repeating the past. In your environment, you have the King of Cups. So that you could be the card in this position can represent the partner's feelings. So or how they see you, what they feel, how they see you. So the King of Cups is someone who's very nurturing, very compassionate. Maybe they felt like you were a good friend, someone they could go to for advice. But it can also describe a person in your environment that keeps their feelings hidden because they're afraid of getting rejected. So there could be someone in your environment that's interested in you, that wants to connect with you, but they're very sensitive and they're afraid to reach out. So I feel like if you're wanting to connect with someone, you're going to have to be the leader. You're going to have to be the one to initiate contact. The King of Cups energy is someone very sweet, very kind, very compassionate, very loving. Sometimes they work in a health career, a career that helps others, as either a counselor or a healthcare worker. They're very secretive. They can be mysterious. You know, they have deep, deep feelings, but you would not know it from just looking at them unless you got to know them really well. Then you could see the depth of their caring and concern and compassion. They really feel everything at a deep level. So you could be interested in someone like that, someone that you see as being very kind and compassionate, but also they have like a hard exterior because they don't want to get hurt, like the crab, you know. In your wish fulfillment sector, though, you have the Ace of Cups. You're really open to love. Now, the Ace of Cups is a time card. The Ace of Cups represents the months of June, July, August. So over the summer, love may not happen in May, but you are thinking about it and you have decisions to make. And once you decide what you want and go after it, you could manifest a new love, either a new relationship or a new stage in an existing relationship. Because love means planting a new seed, new beginnings, emotions, feelings. So you might, if you're reconnecting with someone, you may have a new start with that person, where you're just discovering each other all over again. If it's somebody new, I don't know that it's going to be somebody new. I have a feeling it's going to be someone from either the past or someone that you already know. And then you have Justice. Justice is a great card to have as an outcome because it means that the answer will be yes. So if you're waiting for someone to make up their mind about something or some decision that's got to be made, maybe you've already contacted someone and you're waiting for their answer, the Justice card means yes. If you're waiting for some legal situation to resolve, the Justice card means that there will be a fair decision made, that the decision will go in your favor. And the Justice, that's on a mundane level, but on a higher level, Justice represents karma. and especially the Six of Cups, because it talks about past life. I feel like you have the opportunity to connect, to have a karmic connection. So you might connect with someone, even if you don't know them, if they're someone new, that you feel a certain affinity to, you feel a certain familiarity because you've known each other in a past life. I just feel it. So you have some decisions to make. There could be big love coming. So don't be afraid. Don't give up on someone you really care about. If you've been going through difficulty, just keep trying and you'll reach your goal. And try, I feel like there's love is on this month. Or if not this month, you're going to you might plant the seeds this month, but not see the result or the fruition until the next month, like June or July. So let's see what the angels have to say. What do the angels have to say to Aquarius about love and relationships? Relax. That's a good card. There is plenty of time to do and achieve all you desire. Place your hands gently on your heart and allow your breath to guide you to a quiet space within. Imagine yourself bathed in golden light flowing from the eternal heart of God. I, your guardian angel, am with you. Allow me into your heart. You will accomplish more by focusing on that which is most important in life, and that is love. So love is coming. Just, go with the flow. Don't try to fight it. Don't give up the battle. It's on its way, and it could be very significant. You've learned some lessons, so you can put what you've learned into the new situation, the new beginning or the new relationship. Okay, now let's see what's happening with the astrology. So you have the lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse on the 5th is happening in your house of career and life direction. So the 10th house. You have the moon in the 10th, and then in your 4th house, we have the sun, Mercury, and Uranus. So there might be some sudden changes in your home situation with your family, and you may have to find that work-life balance because this full moon, something may get eclipsed from your life. There could be an ending and then a new beginning. With the 10th house, you might have stuff going on. Something is completing in your career. You might be finishing up a project. But then there's also stuff happening at home that may take your attention away from career. Because the sun, Mercury, and Uranus, when Mercury and Uranus come together, it could bring surprises, surprise messages, surprise news, and it could also reveal certain things. The full moon brings things to the surface. So there might have been something that you weren't aware of that you're now seeing with this full moon. And you might even decide to move, to change your residence, because Uranus in the 4th house can create instability. And you may decide, I need to make some changes. I don't want to live here anymore. I want to move to a new place. Maybe you're moving in with a partner, or a partner's moving in with you. It could be something like that too. Or you decide, I want to make all kinds of changes to my home environment. But at the same time, you've got stuff going on at work. Especially since Mars is in your 6th house. And it's trining the moon and sextiling the sun. Mars in the 6th, you're busy. You're busy with work issues. So you're having to balance the work, your responsibilities in your career and work with stuff that's happening at home and family. I feel like you're trying to make your home more secure because the North Node is there, Mercury's there, Jupiter is is conjunct. It's an outer sign conjunction. But when Jupiter moves into the 4th house this month, it's going to be there for a year. So you really have the best time to, if you're not happy with where you're living, to find a new place to live. You're going to have, because when whatever house Jupiter enters, it brings luck, opportunity, expansion. So for some of you, you might be redoing your house, making it bigger, adding a room or an extension, or renovating, major renovation, or you could be finding a new place to live, and Jupiter brings luck to find the perfect place. So that's always a possibility. You have Saturn in the second house, and it's sextile all this energy in the fourth. Saturn in the second can bring the focus on finances. So maybe you've been spending money without thinking about where it's going. Saturn is telling you, okay, you need to pay attention to where your money is going, and you need to set up a budget. You need to be more frugal, or you need to be more aware. Learn how to manage your money and investments better. Saturn sextiling the fourth, whatever you're spending on with the home, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to involve work and possibly commitment and dedication. So it may take a while to get everything where you want it exactly. We have Venus in the fifth. So Venus in the fifth, she's been in Gemini. She is sextile Jupiter in the third. So this is really good for contracts, for communications, for any kind of creative project. If you're wanting to expand a business in some way, or branch out to new markets or new people. Venus in the fifth can bring romance and love. She's going to be moving out of Gemini and moving into the sixth house, into your sixth house, when she moves into Cancer later in the month. But for now, this is her tail end. So Venus in the fifth is squaring Neptune in your second house. So you want to make sure, if people are coming to you, especially children, for money, make sure you understand how they're going to use it, or why are they, because Neptune can bring deception when it comes to anything other than creativity. If you're working on a creative project, that could be great because you can really be inspired and you can be making money through creativity. But if someone wants to come to you and wants a loan, especially a partner or a child, or if someone says, hey, let's do this new thing, but it's going to cost X amount of dollars, check into it and read the fine print before you sign up for it. Jupiter, you have Pluto in your first house, but Pluto's going retrograde now, so it's going to move back into Capricorn. So it's going to go back into the 12th house. You may have to finish up some old karma or release some old baggage. You're still working on your psychological transformation. You're not done yet, but when Pluto moves into the first house, which it will do at the end of the year, then you're ready to step into your power. So I feel like you still have, we got a taste of Pluto in Aquarius, but Pluto's retrograding. So now it's going back to Capricorn. And we have a chance to finish up old karma, release old baggage, because it's moving back into your 12th house. Pluto wants to uncover whatever's been hidden so that you can see it, release it, destroy it, rebuild, It represents transformation, and it could be psychological transformation. Maybe you have a new way of looking at life. Especially if you're going through counseling, this would be a really powerful time. You can make some powerful changes when Pluto's in your 12th house. I feel like you have some more healing to do before you're ready for the Pluto energy in your first house. You have Chiron in the third house. So there could be some healing that you need to do with relatives, maybe brothers, sisters, healing around communication. Maybe there's an issue involving communication that needs to be healed. Maybe you need to talk it out with some people that you've been estranged from. If you do that, you also have Jupiter there, so this is like your final chance to work something out with someone that you've been at odds with, whether it's a friend or a relative. Maybe you need to talk and come to some type of agreement or understanding. Especially because Mercury's been retrograde, so there could be some miscommunications, misunderstandings. It's a good time to go back to the past and revisit it and make something better the second time around. Especially when you're talking about relationships with family members, because I feel like that family is, you have career, but you also have family that's going to be the focus at this time. So then we have this new moon, and the new moon is in Taurus on the 19th, and that's in your 4th house of home. So definitely the energy is positive for any new start, either buying a new home, moving into a new home, creating a new environment around, or a new relationship with your family. There could be some surprises. Like if, let's say you're thinking about, well, yeah, I think I might like to find a new house or move, but you really haven't done anything. All of a sudden, this perfect opportunity pops up, and you have to move now. It's like, take it now or forget it. So you might have to make some sudden decisions around home, where you're living, and also around family issues. Mars is in the 6th. It's still sextile the 4th. Everything that's going on in the 4th. Mars is sextile Uranus, so you're really fired up about some work project. You're really excited about some new beginnings at work. But Mars is also opposing Pluto. So before Pluto goes back, it's still in Aquarius. It's going to move back slowly into Capricorn over the next several months. But there could be some power struggles between your energy and the people that you work with. You may be coming on too strong. You don't want to be a bully. When Pluto's in your first house, Pluto's about power and wielding power. So you can maybe, sometimes people can get too caught up in that power thing. You can be on a power trip and you could come across as a bully or as a bulldozer. If not, you could be attracting people that are like that to you. And so you have to learn how to deal with power, learn how to wield power in a healthy way. And you don't want to get into an argument with the people you work with, your work colleagues. There could be some kind of conflict with because Pluto opposing Mars is very volatile. It could be a big blow up, so you want to be careful that you choose your words carefully. Don't get into a big drama, blow up. Count to 10 before you answer, before you send that email, before you make that phone call, before you respond to someone who triggers you. I feel like there could be a battle brewing. And especially with Jupiter in your 4th house, it could be a family member too, could be involved. Something about your home. So maybe you're arguing with a family member over some work issue. Or it could even be a health issue because the 6th house is the house of health. Maybe a family member is trying to give you advice about your health. You're working too hard or you're not taking care of your health and you're getting angry and you're arguing with them. So, because there's a T-square between Jupiter is squaring Pluto and squaring Mars. And what Jupiter does is ramp things up. So if there's any kind of conflict brewing or power struggle brewing, Jupiter is going to add fire to the fuel to the flame. So you want to try to avoid that. Avoid power struggles. Avoid overreacting. If someone triggers you, try to stay calm and talk things out and try to reach some kind of an agreement. Because that's the only danger. I mean, other than that, this new moon is great, except for that one power struggle thing. Because we have Venus in the 6th, trining Saturn in the 2nd. Whatever project you're working on is going to bring in some real money. If you're making a commitment, it's going to be in place for a long time. You might be signing contracts. But I feel like a lot of this activity is happening in the home. So if you're doing work, maybe you're working remotely from home. Or there's something going on with your home. Where you're either communicating from the home or communicating with family members. Family members are influencing things. But the new moon is actually positive. It's positive because it's almost like if you've been keeping your mouth shut about certain things and not speaking up, something may happen where you finally say, okay, enough is enough. I've got to do something. I've got to say something. I've got to do something. What we don't want you to do is be reckless. You can curb that reckless energy. Don't be reactive. Strategize. Be strategic, not reactive. So if something is happening that you're not happy, think in a calm, take time out and be calm when you discuss it because you don't want to get, be volatile and then you're going to blow everything up. But Venus trine Saturn, if you're connecting with someone with love or money, it's going to be in a partnership that lasts a long time. And there will be stability. You might be connecting with someone who's very responsible, very disciplined. There could be an age difference. And the Venus sextile Uranus can bring someone exciting into your life, exciting new developments that happen when you least expect it, out of the blue. And if you're connecting with someone, if there's a new relationship, it could have a healing effect on you. It may get you out of your comfort zone a little bit. But Mercury is aspecting Uranus. And Mercury brings innovative ideas. So you're like being inspired. And Mercury conjunct Jupiter, you're just feeling really positive about all this stuff. And conjunct the North Node. The North Node is in Taurus. It wants you to find security. So if you've been in a home that you're not really happy with, you may decide you want to put down roots. You want to find a place that that's going to represent security to you. But again, Mercury squaring Pluto at this new moon. So watch your words, because when Mercury and Pluto connections, you can rip somebody's head off with words, and that could lead to a big blow up. So you want to be careful how you're communicating. Like I said, don't be reactive. Don't get into a nuclear war over something with someone where you burn all kinds of bridges. You just want to count to 10 and work out some kind of compromise. But speak up, state your case, but compromise. But keep and it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you don't want to stir up the conflict. You don't want to increase the conflict. You want to try to diffuse it. But so things are going to come to the surface around the full moon, and then the new moon gives you an opportunity to have a new beginning, especially in the home area with your family. It could be a new beginning with family members. Whatever it is, I feel like the new beginning is going to be positive, especially when Jupiter moves into Taurus in May, on May 16th, just before the new moon. It's going to be in your house of home. So Jupiter, it's the perfect time. If you're not happy where you're living, to look for a new home. You'll find the perfect place. If you're not happy with the way your house looks and you want to do some construction and make it better, you'll find the right contractors. I mean, Jupiter just brings luck and opportunity. But mostly, if you're looking, for the perfect place, you'll find something that you really love for the right price and the right environment and the right, it'll be bright and airy and big. So I feel like there's a lot of new beginnings, and you're going to feel more optimistic. Maybe you need to have this blowout to clear the air with a family member. And then after that, there's harmony. But you were holding it in, and you weren't saying anything, and then it's building up. So don't get to the point where you're like a pressure cooker, and all of a sudden you explode. So that's my forecast. I think that you're going to have a wonderful month. I think love is on the way, and especially new beginnings with family members, and making your home more of your sanctuary. So that's my forecast for May, Aquarius. If you like this reading, click on the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what's going on in your life. If this resonated with you, click on the subscribe button if you want to support the channel, and then you'll be notified when I upload videos. In the meantime, have a wonderful May. Oh, and before I leave, if you want a private reading, click on the link in the description box, and it will take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, have a wonderful May, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.